Happy Wednesday. It's the middle of the week, so that's time to celebrate. We're getting to be almost halfway through when you are about lunchtime today. So make sure that you are following all your directions in your assignments. You're back to having a reading response today on Epic, so make sure that you are reading your 30 minutes before you actually submit your response, because it should be writing about what you've read today. Make sure you remember that I'm looking for your amount of time so that can be submitted, so it can be your grade for part of your assignment. Also, make sure that you are creating your study guide for yourself in social studies, looking at those questions that I have given you as a guiding part to take notes on that you are to submit to me, but also keep your own copy that you can use on your test on Friday. Just a few other reminders. Geometry, you have your vocab review test on Friday, so make sure you're taking time this week to review. Khan Academy, you're working on your triangles and quadrilaterals using your math notebook of lessons that we've created together. And then in your other parts of writing, make sure that you're submitting those 8 sentences each day, what you have written based on whatever prompt it is that I have given you. Today we're going to be reading a story. It's called The Teacher from the Black Lagoon. It's the first day of school. I wonder who my teacher is. I hear Mr. Smith has dandruff and warts, and Mrs. Jones has a whip and a wig. Yikes. But Mrs. Green is supposed to be a real monster. Oh my, I have her. Mrs. Green, room 109. What a bummer. I sit at my desk. I fold my hands. I close my eyes. I'm too young to die. Suddenly, a shadow covers the door. It opens. It slithers in. It's Mrs. Green. She's really green. She has a tail. She scratches her name on the blackboard with her claws. Freddie Jones throws a spitball. She curls up her lip and breathes fire at him. Freddie's gone. There is just a little pile of ashes on his desk. Talk about bad breath, giggles Eric Porter. She slithers over, unscrews his head, and puts it on a globe stand. I bet she gives homework on the first day of school. Your homework for today, grins Mrs. Green, smoke rising from her nostrils, is pages 1 to 200 in your math book, all the fraction problems. Mrs. Green swallows her in one gulp. No chewing in class, she smiles. Mr. Bender, the principal, sticks his head in. Keep up the good work, he nods and closes the door. I wish I could get sent to the principal's office. Let's call the roll, cackles Mrs. Green. Freddie Jones is absent. Derek Bloom is half here. Eric Porter is here and there. Doris Foodle is digesting. What about spelling? Shouts Randy Potts. Spelling can be fun, beams Mrs. Green, wiggling her fingers at him. We've never had fractions, shouts Derek Bloom. Come here, she beckons with her claws. Derek stands by her desk. This is a whole boy, she smirks. She takes a bite in half. This is half a boy. Now you've had fractions. Abracadabra, kazam! That's tough to spell, says Randy. Suddenly there's a flash of light, a puff of smoke, and Randy's a frog. Penny Weber raises her hand. Can I go to the nurse? She whines. What's wrong? asks Mrs. Green. I have a huge headache, says Penny. Mrs. Green wiggles her fingers. There's another flash of light, and Penny's head is the size of a pin. Better? asked Mrs. Green. Now it's nap time. Everyone who still has one, put your head on your desk. I hope I make it to recess. Sweet dreams, she cackles as I close my eyes. Suddenly, the bell rings. I wake up. There's a pretty woman writing her name on the blackboard. She has real skin and no tail. I'm Mrs. Green, your teacher. She smiles. I jump out of my chair, run up and hug her. Well, thank you, she says. I'm glad to be here. Not as glad as I am. The end. All right, my littles, I hope you have a great Wednesday. Remember, work hard, get your work done early so you can have the rest of the afternoon off, and I want to see you at 3 o'clock. All right, have a great day. Bye.